Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. From what I can tell outside, it's pretty sunny, so it seems like a good afternoon to me. Thank you, everybody, for joining. To see a few of you already here waiting for me, so that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, Today we are going to go over self-advocacy. So I was just reading over all the different activities, and this one just really stood out to me. So I'm a little excited to go over exactly what that is. So that's what we're going to do today. But as always, we need to start with our attendance. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the phone number in the chat. And what you do is text that phone number with your name and the name of the school that you attend so that we know that you were here watching the YouTube live session. Go ahead and put that in. It's 312-869-2729. And just remember, it is only your name of your school. That's it. And only send that to the phone number. Please do not share that information in the chat. I will go over that when we talk about our 5-finger contract. But that is only personal information that only that phone number needs to know. So please just text that phone number with that information. Okay. Coach has her notes over here. So if you see me glancing over here, I just have my notes. So the next thing we're going to do is go over a 5-finger contract, just like how we do at regular after school. So 5-finger contract. First one is pinky, which is safety. So going back to what I was saying about the chat, please just answer or comment in the chat to anything that I'm going over in activities. Please do not put your name, where you're located, what school you're from. Like, none of that is allowed in the chat. Only any positive comments or answers to my questions when I'm going over activities, or if you have any questions about the activities. That's it. And if you want to comment on anyone else in the chat, you can, but just make sure you're being positive. The next one is your ring finger, and that is commitment. So I know it's a little weird, that we're here and that you can see me, but I can't see you. But please still try to stay committed to the activities that I have going on during the YouTube Live, and just try to participate the best that you can. The next finger is the middle finger, and that is respect. So again, going back to the chat, just make sure that you're being positive and respectful in the chat. Do not be mean. Do not put anyone down. Just please be respectful, and also be respectful to everyone that's around you. So make sure the computer is not too loud, and that you're in a safe place, and you're not bothering anyone else or in anyone else's way, whoever that is around you. The next one is your pointer finger, and that is teamwork. So that goes along with that. So if mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, uncle, tia, whoever is around you, just make sure you're all working as a team, all working as a family. And if they need one room, just go into another room. So you're free to join into the activities, jump around, make noise, and you're not interrupting whatever they're doing. So just make sure that you're being respectful and working as a team like that. And also going on to the chat, if all of you are talking to each other in the chat or trying to answer any of Coach Dezarre's questions, just make sure that everyone gets a turn and gets a chance to say whatever they want to say. The last one is your thumb, and it is my favorite one because that is fun. So I know it's really weird, and it's difficult to have the most fun when you're not interacting in person, when we don't see each other in person. But we're still going to have fun. We're still going to make this a positive experience. And we're going to try new things. And this is a new thing, so we're going to go ahead and try it. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is try to get up, try to get our blood flowing, get our bodies moving. So we're going to do a warm-up. So if you are sitting down, please stand up. Coach Dezarre is going to move her chair. Okay, and she's going to adjust the camera so that you can see me as best as I can show you. I know it's a little weird, you can't see my legs, but yes, Coach Dezarre has legs. You just can't see them. Okay, so we're going to start with our necks. I know that's like a little weird, but Coach Dezarre's neck is always so like stiff, and I always feel like I have to like stretch it out. So we're going to start with, we could start with neck circles. So we're going to put our head down and we're just going to move it around in a circle. We're going to do that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do it the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. I always end up feeling nice and relaxed after doing that. Okay. Next, we're going to do our arms. So we're going to stretch our arms out as far as we can. And we're going to do arm circles. We're going to start going this way, and we're going to do it for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put them down, shake them out, stretch them out again. Now we're going to go this way. So we're going to go away from the computer. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Now we're going to take one of your arms, put it across your body, take your other arm, and just push it close to your chest, just like that. We're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out, shake it out. Do it to the other side. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake it out. Now we're going to do this one. Take your arm, put it behind your head, take your hand and just push down on your arm, just a little bit, not too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out, shake it out. Other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out, shake it out. Okay. Now Coach Dezarre is going to try to do her body. So if I know it's going to be a little weird, but Coach Dezarre is just going to bend over and try to touch her toes, just so we can stretch out your back right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Bend down, try to touch your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And now we're going to do one of my favorites. We're just going to move our bodies just like that. And we're going to do it for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, that always feels good. Okay. Now we're going to do our legs. I personally like holding them up towards me first. So start with whichever leg you like. Take your hands if you need it and just hold on to your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you can shake out your leg if you need to. Other knee, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, and lately I've been liking ending our warm-up, our stretch with some jumping jacks. So we're gonna go ahead and try doing, let's do 10 jumping jacks. Let's see if all of us can try doing 10 jumping jacks. All right, and ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right, I'm nice warmed up, sweating maybe just a little bit. That's good. That's a good thing. All right, hopefully all of you are nice and stretched out and warmed up, ready to go, alive, awake, and enthusiastic. Okay, Coach Dezarre is going to adjust her camera just a little bit. All right, woo, those jumping jacks really got me out of breath. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and go over what we are going to do today, and that is self-advocacy. It's a little hard to even say, so I can imagine if it's just a little hard to understand. So, it means standing up for choices and decisions you make for yourself. Standing up for our rights and beliefs takes courage and maturity. Standing up for yourself without using any violence, ridicule, or harm. One important time to practice this is when you're feeling pressured by others. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over that. Coach Dezarre has her notes right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be glancing over them because I just want to make sure that I'm saying the correct things and I don't want to forget to tell you anything. So, okay, so it talks about being pressured by others, right? So I just wanted to go over what's negative peer pressure and what's positive peer pressure. So negative peer pressure is when someone is being pressured to do something negative or a poor decision. So when you feel like you're being forced to do something wrong or something that doesn't feel right, that's negative peer pressure. Positive peer pressure is when a person is being pressured to do something positive or make a positive decision. So that is when you think you're doing something good, or when someone is trying to encourage you or try to help you make a good decision. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat, and I'll keep glancing up. So if you have any questions along while I'm talking, you can please just ask me in the chat, and I'll try to make sure I look and answer your questions if you have any. So feel free to go ahead and write in the chat if you want to. Okay, so then there's also direct peer pressure and indirect peer pressure. So direct peer pressure is when a person pressures a person or forces a person to do something using words. So that's direct, that someone is telling you or asking you something. Indirect peer pressure is when a pressured person feels pressure to do something because others are doing it. So, other people are doing something, and just because everyone else is doing it, you feel like you have to do it too. So we're going to go ahead and go over all of that. I have some examples here, and what I'm going to do is read the example and then explain if it's positive or negative, and if it's direct or indirect. It would be really cool too if you want to go ahead and answer that for Coach Dezarre in the chat. So after I read like an example or a scenario, you can put like positive or negative or direct or indirect, okay, if you want to. and I'll go ahead and I'll make sure I see that you put that. But go ahead. You don't have to if you don't want to. Being healthy. So is that positive or negative? It is positive. So, because here at Girls in the Game, we're so positive and we're so cool and we're so good. If someone is telling you to join Girls in the Game, that's a good thing. And since they're telling you, it's a direct peer pressure because they're telling you. Okay? The next scenario or the next example is a classmate asks to copy your homework so she won't get into trouble from the teacher. Someone asks to copy your homework so they don't get in trouble with your teacher. Positive or negative? It's negative, right? Because that's bad. It's bad. Everyone is supposed to do their own homework. Everyone is supposed to learn by themselves. Of course, you could ask the teacher for, or you can ask whoever you live with at home for help. It's okay to ask for help. But at the end of the day, everyone has to do their own homework. Everyone has to do their own work. And because the classmate was asking, like using words, again, that's direct, okay? So for that example and for that scenario, that was negative and direct. Some of your friends are skipping class. You hear them talking about it, but they are not talking to you about it. If you don't join them, you will be the only one from the group not skipping class. Positive or negative? Definitely a negative, right? It's bad. It's bad to skip class. Teachers, you go to school to learn from your teachers. The teachers are there to teach you about everything that they know about. You're there to go and learn. So it's not okay. It's not okay to skip class. It's not okay to skip a whole class or a whole day of learning. That's never okay because you're going to miss it and you're never going to find out. You're never going to experience it for yourself, what that lesson was about or anything, unless your teacher lets you make it up or something like that. But your teacher should never have to do that because you should never be skipping class. And in this scenario or in this example, you weren't part of it. Like you weren't there. You just like overheard it. So this would be called indirect because yes, they were using words, but you weren't part of the conversation. Like you weren't in the group. So that would be indirect. That would be, you were feeling like you had to skip because everyone else was. But just because everyone else is, that doesn't mean you have to do it too. You always try to do the right thing. You always try to do what's best for you. No negative peer pressure. Let's see. You are at a basketball game for your school. The other team scores a point and everyone around you starts booing, boo, to the other team. Positive or negative? Negative. It's definitely negative. Yes, I know you probably see that, around you, or you see it on TV, or like if you watch videos on YouTube. Yes, I know it happens, but that does not mean it is okay. It is never okay to show bad sportsmanship by booing the other team. It's never okay. Whether they are losing, whether if they made a point, and they're starting to win, or whatever the case may be, it's never okay to boo them. It's never okay to say bad things about them. Yes, of course, you're going to feel a little bad or you're going to feel a little sad and you're going to want to express that anger, but it's still never okay. It's never okay to put someone else down, making them sad or making them feel bad just because you feel bad. if that happens where, you're starting to feel bad because your team is losing, or you messed up in some sort of way, take all of that energy and put it towards, I'm going to do better on this next round, or on my next turn. I'm going to do better. I'm going to try to make that basket in basketball, or I'm going to try to make that goal in soccer, or I'm going to try to make a point in volleyball. Whatever sport, whatever you're doing too, like, that can happen in real life. A certain experience can happen, and maybe it's happening to somebody else, but it's not happening to you. You should take all of the energy and just make it use positive, and be like, well, you know what, it's okay, it's not happening to me right now, but I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna take all this energy and I'm gonna work hard so that all these good things can happen to me too. You never want to take whatever's happening to somebody else away from them, because you can make that happen for yourself as well. You just have to work hard and keep trying. Okay. If you skip class, you will get in trouble, and you shouldn't do that. So this is going back to the one we had a couple of times ago. So same example, same situation, same scenario. One of your classmates actually went up to that group and said, if you skip class, you would get in trouble, and you should positive pressure, because that person is trying to make, or trying to show that group that they can do better, or they can be better, or be positive, or do the right thing by not skipping class, because that's a negative thing. That's a bad thing. So that person had the courage, like I said in the definition of self-advocacy, they had the courage. They were standing up for themselves in a non-violent. That person was not being violent, was not being mean, was not being harmful, and was saying, hey, that's a bad thing. You need to go to class. And that was just using words. So that was just direct. So that was a very good thing. It can be a little hard. It can be a little scary. But if you have the courage, if you're able to influence that group, or influence your classmates or your friends, or even your family members, if you see a family member is doing something they're not supposed to do, and you have the courage to say something and be like, hey, that's not good, you need to do this, that's okay, because you're just using your words. You're not being violent, you're not using bad words, you're not yelling at them, you're just letting them know, like, hey, I think you should do this, or this is actually the right thing. Because we're in life, we always want to try to stay positive. We're always going to want to try doing the right thing, to do good things, because we want to be good people. We want to be good women, young ladies, young girls. We want to be good people at the end of the day, and people who always stay positive and always try to do the right thing. That's the main goal, the ultimate thing, the ultimate way we want to be in life. Okay? So, thank you so much for going through that activity with me. We do have like 5 more minutes. So, Coach Dezarre does have another activity. I just don't know if we'll have enough time to go over it, but we can, maybe I can just talk about it for a little bit. So, the other activity I have here was going over different issues and how we can take action, or how we can take lead on those different issues. So maybe we can go over one really quickly. So the first one I had on here was, the lunches at your school do not offer enough healthy options for you to eat smart. So What if at your school you don't have enough fruits or you don't have enough vegetables or healthier healthier choices for like the main courses? What kind of things could you do so you can still have a healthy lunch or you can still eat smart? Because all girls deserve healthy food, right? We all deserve to eat healthy with like every meal as much as we can, right? Because we want to eat smart, we want to eat healthy. So, the one thing you can do is bring fruit from home. So, if you have apples, strawberries, oranges, bananas at home, try to bring that at lunch so you still have your healthy